Hi friends and welcome to Finatics Fish Storytime. I'm excited to bring you one of my absolute favorite little critters in the whole world. It's a frog. African dwarf frogs can be a great add to your community tank. With a modicum of care, they can be easy to keep and a lot of fun. But first we're going to have a story with a very cute little duck named Dimity. And her best friend, you guessed it, a frog. And then we're going to have a rousing chorus of Down by the Banks. And song time is so much fun with a great hand game. Don't miss it. Now on to story time.
Welcome to Finatics Fish Storytime. We're so glad you joined us again today. We have Dimity Duck by Jane Yolen and Sebastian Braun. And this is about a little duck in a pond. And we're talking all things pond and fish and frogs today. So we're glad you joined us. Dimity Duck. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles out of bed. Nitty naughty goes her tail and quack goes her head. She brushes all her feathers as gold as new mown hay. She smiles into her mirror. It's time to start the day. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles off to eat. Wiggle waggle goes her tail and pump go her feet. See the butterfly and the little tiny snail she's saying hello to. She paddles off to breakfast. She dines on fish and weeds. She finds that in the deep blue pond is all the food she needs. There she goes. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles and she sings. Giggle, gaggle goes her tail and whoosh go her wings. Frimity Frog watches. He splashes in the pond. Splash! He waves a foot at Dimity, of whom he's very fond. See, there he is, saying hello. Dimity Duck waddles. She paddles to his side. Splishy, splashy go the two, playing seek and hide. Whoop. Look at that. It's hiding right there. All day they play till Frog decides to hide beneath a pad. Dimity Duck can't find him. And sniff, she's feeling sad. Have you ever been playing seek and hide and not been able to find someone? Surprise! There he is. Do you like surprising people too? Dimity Duck waddles. She dawdles and she dips. Whoop. She showers her friend Frumity with frithy, frothy drips. Frumity Frog giggles. He wiggles with delight. He bubbles and he babbles, but it's getting on toward night. Bloop, 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 bloop. All those bubbles. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles and grows pale. Drifty, drafty goes her head and droop goes her tail. She throws her friend big kisses as the sun sinks out of sight. For Dimity and Frumity, playtime ends with night. Night night. There they go, back to their homes. Dimity Duck waddles. She gets into her gown. She makes her bed and plumps her pillows full of eider down. Boop. Dimity Duck waddles. She toddles out of bed. Sleepy, sloppy goes her tail. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And snore goes her head. Good night, Dimity. Night, night. It's song time, friends. So here we have a fun song that I really enjoy. And if you know the words, sing along. And if you don't, we'll sing it twice. So it goes like this. Down by the banks of the hanky-panky where the bullfrogs jump from bank to bank, he said E-E-I-I-O-O, ooh, 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 slap-a-dilly and a ba-woo. And I love to do this song with clapping of your hands back and forth. So you can get someone, mom or dad, or brother or sister, to do it with you. And I really like doing it like this. So let's try, okay? Are you ready? And Norva's gonna help us out with this one because this one's a fun hand game. And you can do it 2 different ways. E, E, I, O, 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 slap the dilly and bow. Up with your hands. It goes down by the banks of the hanky, where the bullfrogs jump from bank to bank. He said, E, E, I, O, O, ooh, 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 slap a dilly and a bow. Yay! Can we show them the second way? Would we like to do it? Ready to do this way? So this one's really fun and you can make it a game. So you go with your elbows straight and back, and whoever ends with a straight arm is the winner. You ready? Start in the middle. Ready? Down by the banks of the hanky-panky, where the bullfrogs jump from bank to bank. He said, E, E, I, O, O, ooh, 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 slap a dealy and a bow-woo. Ah!
Now next one.
Again?
Next round.
Okay, another round. Ready? Down by the banks of the hanky-panky, where the bullfrogs jump from bank to bank. He said, E, E, I, O, O, ooh, 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 slap a dealy and a bow-woo.
I win.
You win. Nice. Yeah, we did it. Thanks for joining us, friends.
Today we're going to introduce you to one of my absolute favorite tank pets ever. But it's not a fish. We are fanatics, but just because we're fanatics doesn't mean we don't like other tank pets too. And this, as you can see, is a frog. It's a dwarf aquarium frog from Africa. They don't get bigger than about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches max. They're good for a community tank as long as you have a good top and they can get enough food. If you can see their little eyeballs, they're not very big, and they mostly hunt at night by smell. So they're not that great at finding food if you don't make sure to show them where the food is going to be at. I get asked whether or not you can have a dwarf frog with a betta a lot of times, and you'll hear a lot of opposing opinions on that. I say you can have them with a betta just fine, as long as everybody gets enough to eat. But bettas are pigs, and frogs are kind of blind and not always that good at finding their food. So it can be a little bit challenging to make sure that your frog doesn't go hungry. Once they learn how to eat other types of fish food, the frogs can eat just about any kind of fish food. But when they're first acclimating to your tank, a lot of times it's hard to get them to eat anything other than bloodworms, which are a lot closer to what they'd naturally eat. Cute little fella. He's swimming along, popping along. You can have those guys for several years in a home aquarium. Their pudgy little bellies. Here's somebody looking at us. Oh my goodness, look at those cute little faces. That's why we love our aquarium frogs. They're just so cute. Easy going, easy to care for, easy to feed as long as you make sure they do get food. And a great addition to a starter tank. Well, that's the end of story time for this week, folks. I hope you had a great time, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.